Today, we're going to recap the weekends, talk Monday Night Football winners for tonight, and let's cash a squad ride. This is Behind the Lines. We're beating Vandy, by the way. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. You guys want to buy this jersey? I just got it. Wore it one time down at Chapel Bill. Fucking dumb.
The only win seen in that jersey is by the Frogs. That's unbelievable.
What's going on, chat? Happy BTL Monday, episode 784 piece. As always, hold the fry. Joined by your two hosts, Krabs and Jovan, presented by SeatGeek. Jovan. Going to be boots on ground tonight at the Feds, Northwest Stadium. Still call it the Fed, though. Still the Fed to me. You know where I got my tickets?
Where did you do that?
SeatGeek. 2 words, chat. SeatGeek. Use promo code Bookit10 and get a discount on your next purchase over there on SeatGeek. The best ticket purchasing app out there by far on the App Store or Google Play, whatever phone you have. They've got SeatGeek up and moving, ready for you to utilize. Okay, plug in code Bookit10. Get 10% off your next purchase over there on SeatGeek. Do it now before you forget. Plug that puppy in. That way, next time you go on SeatGeek to buy your tickets, use it for concerts. You can use it for comedy shows, mainly for games. You get that discount automatically. Okay? W's. Chat, big day today. Big day today. What is this new command we have in the chat? Everyone else breathing oxygen equals square. Krabs probably breathes nitrogen. Yep. You got me. That'd be pretty cool. We got Miss Shrippy getting involved. Huge day ahead. I saw somebody in the YouTube chat. I think it was my guy 69 Nice saying just touchdown at BWI in Gootsland. Something you never want to hear. Having to go to BWI. But hey, 69 Nice, are you here for the game? I think I remember you saying, Gootsland. I love that. I don't love BWI, but I love Gootsland. I think I remember 69 Nice saying something about going to this game. Is that true? If that's true, my man, I'll be lurking in the RV and bus lots. Come find me. Okay, Sun Cruiser on me. Drink on me in this game, for this game at the tailgate. Come find my ass. I'll be there around 6. Okay? Got a big game ahead. Big game tonight. It's going to get weird. We got weird weather going on. We got some winds. We've got some rain. We've got cold weather. It's going to be the coldest day so far since the fucking winter. Can't make it up. Going to have to be outside for that shit. Going to be in the chilly cold. Big day today. Okay? Cannot wait to talk about that game. Chat, we're blessed. We've got 2 Monday Night Football games as well. 2 total. Okay, not just the commies. We've got a great game down in Atlanta. Javon's got his Atlanta hat on today. Love that. Okay. We got a lot to recap today as well from the weekend. When we go ahead and hop right into it, guys. That way we have plenty of time to talk winners for tonight. Okay. I'd love to craft up a prize picks lineup in the Commanders game as well if we have time, but we'll see if we earn it. We will see if we earn it.
Definitely need that.
Okay?
Boots on ground, too.
Yep. Yeah. I got a lot of squares I like in that Commanders game. It was tough narrowing it down for the sharp reports. Okay. Good problem to have. Let's move. Let's groove. Let's go ahead and get to recapping. Let's take a peep at the squad rides. I've got good news and bad news. Bad news, we went 1-2 on squad rides this weekend. Any comments on the Frogs?
Horrific try out there.
Horrific. Same with North Texas, to be fair. So, Texas did not come through for us this weekend. That's for sure.
Bad state.
Shit state. Good news and bad news. The bad news is, guys, we went 1-2 on squad rides this weekend. The good news, we hit our 400th squad rides yesterday. 400. That is so many squad rides. That is an unbelievable amount of squad rides hit. Can we clap it up real quick, guys? That's our 400 squad ride we hit on Sunday with Seattle on the ML. Love that play. Good to see them come through for us. That game did get a hair weird, but shout out Seattle. Shout out Mike McDonald. Shout out Sam Darnold. Shout out JSN. And shout out that Seahawks defense, man. Squad ride number 400 through the hoop. We are now 400, 327, and 17 all time. Let me repeat that for the people in the back. 400, 327, and 17 all time, all tracked. I've been tracking this shit for 4 years. We're not stopping. We're not slowing down anytime soon. W squad ride yesterday. W Seahawks. Okay. Love it. Love it. All right. What else we got to recap? Sharp reports from Friday, I believe. 3-2, but again, nothing to celebrate, Jovan, because we did not come through, or I did not come through with North Texas on the ML for the squad ride. So, yeah, sure. We did okay on the sharp reports, but still not good enough and pretty blown about North Texas. It was crazy. As soon as they started gassing up Mestamaker, talking about his crazy story, dude walked onto the team, was a nobody. Coach got a call from his buddy saying, you got to check out this kid. Come see him throw. He's like, yo, send me the tape. There is no tape. The kid was not recruited really at all. Went to see him in person. Kid was hucking it. Next thing you know, he's committed to North Texas. Next thing you know, last year, he beat out 5 other guys for the backup spot when he walked on the team. Well, they talked about his great story, some Rudy type shit. Next thing you know, he throws 3 picks and turns into the worst quarterback of all time. So North Texas, I mean, they were scared out there. They were getting bodied out there by USF. USF was bullying them. I think they were scared to play USF. Is what
the lights were so bright.
They were scared.
Bright. Which is fucked because,
scared.
I mean, USF, the lights were way too bright for USF, too. They were shitting down leg. They were just matching them.
Yeah, there were 6 turnovers in the first half.
Yeah, which was crazy. But you know what that means, Krabs?
What?
Had game of year in the American Conference where everybody saw USF drop Nuck in the second half against the undefeated team. You know what their next big game is? Not this week, but next week?
It's probably one of your 10 teams. Is it Memphis?
It would be. And they are not winning that game.
Okay. Perfect time to sell high on the Bulls.
Yep.
Memphis coming off a bye as well. That's huge. All right. W sharp reports. Again, guys, apologies for North Texas. Shit was chalked when it was the Twitter POD. You should have known. Let's go and look at the Hail Mary and the 5 guys. This is where we got to have a little talk. Got to have a little talk, a little discussion here, because this is unacceptable, to be honest with you. This is unacceptable, and I take full blame for leading the charge here for just putting out cake left and right. Not only this weekend, but this entire season. It's been nothing but cake on the 5 guys in Hail Mary. We've got surge 6s hitting before 5 guys in Hail Mary lineups. Unacceptable. Full fades on the 5 guys lineup this weekend. Not okay. Not okay. Changes are going to be made. We're going to do a Megalodon episode on Friday. We're going to probably craft these puppies up on stream so you guys can hold us accountable. Changes need to be made. 0-5 on the 5 guys. And, I mean, the Falcons might come through tonight, great, but we lost our first 3 plays. Michigan State got bulldozed by UCLA. TCU lost outright. The under somehow lost in the Chargers-Miami game. I'm still pissed about that one, not going to lie.
That was just.
We got Ian228-488 coming in hot saying 400 squad rides. Thank you, Goats. W vibes, Ian. W vibes, Ian. But, Jovan, it's as simple as this, man. We cannot be having surge 6s hitting before these plays. It's that simple. That's our job. That's our job, and this is unacceptable. Okay, we got to bounce back. We got to hit the reset button. I like our chances this coming weekend. Don't get me wrong. Like our chances better than anyone else. Okay?
Maybe we got to figure it out. Minus 500s in there?
No need to put – we just need to put whatever wins. Whatever wins. Okay? We got Trent to get involved. Hey, Krabs, no shade, but it's okay to have fun with a sharp over once in a while. Trenty, it's your lucky day. Stick around for the show today and the sharp report plays. That's all I'll say there. Okay? Yeah, we cannot be not hitting these and going over when we got Trent hitting surge 6s. I'll leave it at that. And I take full blame. It's my fault. Okay, I'm more just talking to myself in the chat here. That's on me, guys. We got to be better. We got to be better. We are so due. We are so due. 2 years ago, we hit multiple of these. Last year, we hit 1 or 2. This year, goose egg. Unacceptable. Got to be better. Going back to the drawing board for this weekend. Probably does deserve a wheel spin, to be honest, Chris, but we don't have time for that today. Okay, we got winners to go over. All right. Aloha Bets checked his Pickett. He's cashed on 276 of the 400 squad rides. Nobody rides more squad rides than Mr. Aloha Bets. Let's fucking go, my man.
A lot of them.
He tracks them all on Bookit Jovan, and he has a little tag. You can put tags on there for your plays. That way you can go back and search squad rides, and it shows you the record overall. Pretty cool. Cool.
Wish I could
W Aloha.
do that, man. Wish I could do that, man. I'd be sick.
Oh, yeah. All right. Let's move. Let's groove. Yep. Rab will be selling his picks here soon after a legacy weekend. I bet. All right. W Rav as well this weekend. Got to shout him out. Can't just chirp. Great weekend from Ravington. Great weekend of streams as well. And if you guys missed it, dude tried Long John Silver's this weekend, and he survived and tell the tale. So incredible weekend performance effort at a Rab this weekend, trying Long John Silver's and surviving. Did not know if he'd make it through the night. Turns out he did. We got Like Lightning getting involved. There we go. Like Lightning. Appreciate you, Beast. What's good, gents? The Pats Saints over not hitting yesterday might have been the bad beat of the year. Absolutely. Horrids.
That was just.
We've got some daytime hockey today as well, guys. Yep. Some daytime hockey. Love to see it.
$2 crab cakes.
Yeah, $2 crab cake should be illegal. That should be one of those things that I know they're cracking down in the U.S. on all this food dye, food coloring, all these snacks and stuff. The $2 crab cake should be next. Those should not be allowed. All right, let's move. Let's groove. We got a lot to recap as well still. We got the college football and NFL weekend previews, which were college was moose shit from both of us.
Moose.
I went 3-3-1. Didn't hit the meat. Both of us lost our meat. Never want to hear that. Never want to lose your meat, both of us. Michigan State. I mean, what was I thinking with that one? Back in Aiden Childs. He sucks. Sucks that Mizzou here was +3. They got to +3.5 on the weekend, but at least I cashed that when I locked it in. Hit an over in college football. That's pretty cool. Jovan,
yeah, that was
not your best weekends, but
a year.
Yeah.
Freezed over a decade.
Yep.
Yeah, shit Saturday, good Sunday. Could have been an even better Sunday if, I mean, the way those two totals ended were just horrific, but we take that.
Yep. 5-2 from you on NFL Sunday here for the weekend previews. And I price match guaranteed. You went 5-2 as well. Only square we lost for the NFL weekend preview. Oh. This is one of those that looks like 10 losses. This is probably why Trent thinks I suck. A-Chain, less than half a touchdown. I think he had 2. At least had 1 in a million yards. Had a great game. Shit square, that's on me. Okay. Mahomes less than a pick, though. Great square.
Oh.
Jalen Waddle more than fantasy score. Great square. Drake May might be really good at football. Great square.
Really good. Really good.
Square. Yep. Great square. All right. W recaps there. Let's take a peep and see how we did on the college football meat sheets. I want to shout out Goots. I want to shout out Daniel for making these puppies, making sure they're all in there. I know it's not the most fun thing to do on the weekends, but I want to shout out my goats, Daniel and Goots, for making sure these puppies get out there. They get posted on the weekends. And yeah, I mean, decent weekend for me. I have not crunched the numbers here and seen how I did overall, but looks like around 500 from me.
Looks maybe just above.
Maybe a hair above. Again, not really here to celebrate. Not really here to celebrate that. Jovan, a rare down day for college football. I'm sure you'll be bouncing back this weekend.
Should that.
Okay.
That's a goal.
All right. Swinging around. Let's take a peep at the NFL meet. See how we did overall with that. You did a little bit better on Sunday. Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know if I was 500 or above or a little below, but again, nothing to celebrate, nothing to bitch about too hard. Around 500 here again for the meat sheets. Okay. That A-chain square was just atrocious. Terrible. Thought I would have a better overall straight bet Sunday here. What did I go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 and 5. Just not going to cut it, man. Not going to cut it. And looks like you only had your plays from the preview on here, but hey, 3 and 2 is 3 and 2.
Yeah, that's all I had locked in.
Don't want to force. All right. W recaps there. I think that's all we got. Yeah, I want to start doing something on here where we talk about our worst play or what we fucked up the most. And then we were going to gas each other up and say what we did well over the weekend. We did these recaps. I'll get it started. I want to apologize to everyone for locking in that afternoon delight, that afternoon beeve, because that was maybe the worst play of the whole season. Maybe the worst play of the whole season on Oregon State. It was never even close to the counter from the start. We got blocked field goals, turning into touchdowns. They're down 14-0. Penalties. Malik Murphy's atrocious. That team is just god-awful. Oregon State might have been the worst play of all time. Of all time. We've done this show a lot, Jovan, and that might have been the worst play we've ever given out. Okay?
That line.
Yeah.
That line was just.
Who set that line? Who set that line? I know we signed up to fade Ashford. I get it. You're so right. But again, should not have made that much of a difference. My goodness, although that freshman looked pretty darn good. I'm with you, though, Steak. We certainly did sign up to fade Ashford, but it's not like the afternoon Beeve scored any points anyways to keep up. So maybe the worst play ever. Jovan, you want to roast yourself for anything this weekend? And then we can move on to some of the positives.
I mean, the Frogs were just bad. God awful. 2 defensive touchdowns, dude, which one of them really wasn't. But separate conversation. They didn't have it. House of Horrors remained House of Horrors. Shit play.
Yeah, Kansas State just kind of owns you guys. It is what it is.
For whatever reason.
It is what it is. All right. W.O. Lasagna. I did give you guys Mahomes. Less than half a pick. Yeah, look, the plays were okay overall. It's just some of them were atrocious. And I'm still really mad. Again, little collab chirp at ourselves here. Again, I want to start doing this on Mondays when we're recapping. Say one thing we did bad, one thing we did great. Collab. We got to figure out the Hail Mary and the 5 guys. That's just unacceptable. So already made that perfectly clear. Okay, no need to bring that up again. But guys, I hear you. I see the chirps. I see the comments. I understand. And you guys are right. Unacceptable on the 5 guys and the Hail Mary. We have to be better. We will be better. I wouldn't want to be a book this weekend. I'll tell you that much. I wouldn't want to be a book this weekend. All right. What's something that we hit this weekend that we love, something we did really well this weekend that we want to talk about? I'm trying to think of one for me. I'll go NFL weekend preview. Pretty good for me. 5 and 2. Although the losers were pretty bad. The 2 L's. Pretty good NFL weekend preview. Just good NFL weekend overall and good call on the Chiefs last night on Sunday Night Football. So pretty happy about that. Again, nothing to do cartwheels and backflips about. Oh, yeah, also, Hoffy, good point. Kevin Jennings, less than half a pick. Good to see that finally hit after we didn't fucking put it in the 5 guys. And that's on me. God damn it. We hit both meets in the NFL. Great call, Goots. Dual-wheeled meets. Love that. I also love a Sade Whiteman 5-unit Subwell coming in hot. Let's go, Sade.
Love you, Sade.
I don't know if Sade was posting it, but Sade had one heck of a weekend. I know he threw in some plays from the NFL BTL weekend preview. It helped him hit a big old parlay. I was DMing him earlier today about it. He had a legacy weekend. Yes. Jovan, anything you want to gas up that you did this weekend? Plays, streams, whatever it was. Give yourself a pat on the back here. Say one good thing.
I'll gas up the beat. Jets. Justin Fields had like 40 yards passing and took 9 sacks, and the Broncos never had a chance to cover that game.
Yep.
So, I mean, the fact that it was as ugly on the eyes as it was, and it was still never a doubt, put that in the best wager, one of the best wagers of the weekend.
Yep. Could not agree more. Never seen a team play so bad and almost win a game outright. That was incredible. That was so much fun. Great call, Jovan. Great call, Jovan. All right. 69 Nice. Yeah, you're going to the game with your buddy from college. He's a huge Mendez fan. Try to find you guys. We can get a beverage. W's. Yeah, if you find me, beer's on me, my man. They're not cheap in there, so you might want to find me. We're sitting in one of the corner bowl sections in the first section. I forget what section exactly, but we'll be down there pretty close. And we'll be in the RV and bus lot pregame, a couple hours before the game, tailgating, drinking, getting ready for this big old game tonight. Cannot wait to talk about it. Cannot wait to talk about it. What was the officiating in Auburn? Yeah, I don't know, Brian C. That was sketchy, to say the least. Sketchy. Jovan disagrees, but
No, I don't disagree, but they also scored. They got shut out in the second half. They didn't score in the game after that.
yeah, I
feel like you got to put up a little bit of a fight.
I mean, their hopes and dreams got crushed because they thought they didn't have a chance to win this game anyways when the refs are against us. It should have been 17-0.
Oh, yeah.
In that game. Don't know how that wasn't a touchdown before the half. Coach needs to do a better job keeping his cool. Hugh Freeze, when he's doing his halftime presser, seemed like that negative energy might have rubbed off on the squad, and maybe they gave up a little bit at halftime there, knowing they were playing against a really good team and the referees. So super weird game. And yeah, I mean, obviously it's better for the SEC if the Dogs are back in contention, and seems like they had a little bit of help on the whistle in that game. But hey, Jovan's not wrong. Would have helped if they scored a couple more points. But I feel like that team got all the life sucked out of them at half when they didn't score that touchdown on the goal line. Should have been 17-0, man. Oh.
Now it sets up the fake good bowl next week between Auburn and Mizzou.
All right. Yep. Let's keep moving and grooving here. Why don't we go ahead and hop in and talk about some Sharp Report plays for today? Cool. Yeah, let's go and get started on the ice here. I'll take the Flyers, who've looked pretty good this season, but have yet to get a win, Jovan. Take the Flyers here to get their first win of the season. They opened up barely a dog in this game against the defending champs, who 3-0. Up to this point, they've been dominant. They've been great. They're coming off a 6-2 win in their last game against Ottawa. They actually already played Philly once this season, won that game as well. No shot they lose again, right? The defending Stanley Cup champs are going to win a third time in a row. Well, I think that opener was a little short, plus 110 for Philly here, and I'm never betting on Philly teams. Hate that city, hate those teams, but hey, a winner's a winner, and I simply cannot resist Jovan. Plus 125 here on the ML now. Florida's catching some steam, up to minus 150 some places. Of course they are. They're getting all the bets. This team's great, playing against a winless squad. They've already beaten once this season. Looks like one of the freest plays on the ice tonight. Well, I smell bullshit. I'll take the dog here at home, and I'll back a Philly team that, sure, they haven't gotten their first win of the season yet, but they've covered in every game so far this season. And I think they're out here, to prove people that they're a little bit better than people expected. They're better than they played last season. Let's not forget this Flyers team was pretty competitive in recent years, maybe not last year, but before that, they were definitely trending upwards, and they're out to prove that they can be potentially a playoff team, potentially a contender, and it starts with a matchup against a team they've already faced once this year and lost to in the defending champs, the Florida Panthers. So, yeah, go ahead and give me the Flyers to win this game. I'll take the plus chicken.
Yeah, they typically play the Panthers really well, too, for God knows what reason. I don't know what they have on them, but there's something in the water every time they play, nearly every time they play, where they just are a thorn in their side. I don't know why it is, but it is. So after that hard-fought game that they lost 2-1 first time around, it's probably something given, even though I hate Vladar.
So, yeah, Trenty. We'll come back to that over. You guys know I hate overs guts. We're going to talk about it. Why that over is hitting tonight. We'll save the best for last. Yeah, you don't see that very often. And over on the Sharp Report, too. I mean, I'm legally obligated to put them in the weekend previews. So obviously, we do something for every play. But yeah, people probably weren't expecting that. And that's exactly where we want to be here, Jovan. Exactly where we want to be. How about an over for the first time since 9
rare.
In the Sharp Report? Yep. We'll talk about it. Jovan, love to hear your sell job on your first straight bet tonight. Looks like you're taking us to the ice. Okay.
Yeah, take you to the Blues on the road, playing the Canucks, one of those other teams that are coming off a season where they had a really good click and pray stretch where that was everybody's POD for a while because they're so dominant at home. And now, after first couple games, I'm not really sure what the Canucks are at this point. Like, you can get great games out of Demko, but they took advantage. And in their first game, they were playing the Flames on the second game of their back-to-back start the season, which I don't know how much back-to-back matters early in the season because you're not as much in the tired leg spot, but And the Flames, or for the Flames specifically, like that was back-to-back Dustin Wolf. So they have really no backup goalie that's going to get significant minutes or significant games. They're going to throw Cooley out there a couple of times like they're going to do, I think, tomorrow. But other than that, like they were just taking advantage of Flames defense that was nowhere to be found, leaving them out to dry, second end. And then the offense, when they faced an actual team in the Oilers, who was not in that same position, they looked bad. And I think that's going to be more of a trend for the rest of the year, which is probably why this line is steaming so hard towards the Blues. We'll see what the goalie news ends up being for this game. I don't think it'll be all that odd, but the Blues offense after that disaster class in Minnesota for God knows what reason looked actually really good. And that was without Kyrou going in that second game, which we can talk about that in a little bit, but I think he gets going tonight. I think that defense puts a lot of pressure on the Canucks offense, which I really haven't seen do anything except take advantage of miscommunications from the back end of a really bad defense in Calgary. So until they show something to me, I think this is more of something we're going to see offensively from them, a little bit of a struggle for the next couple of weeks. And I want to take the Blues on the road.
Yeah, I like this line. It certainly looks a little stinky, down from plus 120 to plus 105 here on the roads. I'm in, and I love the sell job. Okay.
Sure.
You got a couple plays on the ice here. We'll come back to them.
Yeah.
Goots, do me a favor. If you're still around, if you're still local, Gootsy, swing that puppy around. So we got to talk about the Falcons here. Falcons plus 4, no shot, Jovan. The Bills lose 2 games in a row, right? There's actually no chance. There's no chance. Why even play the game? Send the guys home so don't get hurt. Yeah, you guys know I'm capping. They might lose this game outright, or it's at least going to be a field goal game. I think this one could be relatively closer and more low scoring than people are expecting. I'm seeing some overs in this game. I'm seeing some Bills to bounce back. I'm seeing a lot of Josh Allen love on the feeds. Not seeing a lot of Michael Penix love, and deservedly so. Michael Penix sucks. But again, this is the NFL we're talking about here. A blind squirrel finds a nut a time or two every game or every season for a game or two. And I think this is a Falcons legacy spot, legacy performance here, not just from the offense. We'll talk about a square I like in this game and why I think Michael Penix keeps the football a little more secure and maybe avoid some turnovers like he's been costing his team with throughout this season. But I do think it's the Falcons defense that shines and gets them a cover in this game against Josh Allen. Saw a graphic on Sunday Night Football last night talking about Josh Allen has had 2+ passing touchdowns. And I forget what the number was, but it was like 90% of his primetime games so far in his NFL career, which is crazy. The guy's a primetime king. And that backs up to my memory, my recollection of this guy going out there. And even when they lose, putting up points and playing pretty darn good in the prime time and, throwing a couple passing touchdowns. Well, Jovan, after seeing that stat, I checked the board today and I see a Josh Allen 1.5 passing touchdown square. I see a Josh Allen half a rush and receiving touchdown square. I see a lot of squares up there that make me think, oh, maybe the Bills offense won't be a wagon like they've been pretty much this entire season in this game. And coming off a loss, everybody and their mother's bouncing back on the Bills to get their lick back and get back in the win column. I wouldn't be shocked if they lose 2 in a row. I at least think this game will be a field goal type game, Jovan. And the Bills covering woes, which nobody's talking about. They're just talking about how great Josh Allen is. I think this team doesn't cover again for a 4th straight week. And nobody's talking about that. And hey, the Falcons have had an extra week to prep for this game. That's massive in the NFL. I don't care what the coaching discrepancy is. I don't care what the talent discrepancy is on the field. These guys are all pros. All these teams are great. Even the worst teams are good and have bodies and are capable of keeping a game within the points. Falcons have 2 weeks to prep for this game. The Bills, for the first time this season, people are starting to ask questions after that loss outright to the Patriots. If you can lose to the Patriots, you cannot beat the Falcons by 4 or more points. And I think Michael Penix goes out there, hands the ball off really well in this game to Bijan, who will have some success in this game, one of the best running backs in the NFL. And we see this game a little closer than the books are indicating here. I think it'll be a field goal type of game and would not be surprised to see the Falcons potentially win this game outright. Give me the points. We might need them. Back of Michael Penix, a guy that we, on record, hate. But again, this is the NFL. Okay, it's week to week.
Not very good, but
it's week to week.
After the bye week has a chance to get something going. But I'm with you, and I can tell you about the football side of it, but also just the fact that I guess start with the football side. That run defense for the Bills, we've been talking about it for a while. It's a bend don't break defense in the secondary, which is why if you can dink and dunk your way down the field, you're going to have a lot of success because they trust not only their secondary and that little deep quarters coverage, but they also trust their pass rush, which has been really, really good this season. So I've seen a lot of the talk on the feed about how Michael Penix has not been great under pressure, and he probably won't be for a lot of this game, which is true. But Bijan against that defense is going to have an absolute fucking field day. And that run defense has given up explosive plays to a lot of offenses, frankly, that can't even run the ball. And now you're getting Bijan in a spot where you've had your time to game plan for, I guess you really don't even have to change anything scheme-wise in the run game because it's exactly what works against the Bills. But you've had a week to prep for this now. So now I think Penix will be a little better and be a little prepared for it, but I also think that Bijan's going to make everything a lot easier for him. And you probably need that because you're down Darnell Mooney, which means you're only stretching the field on one side. So Drake London's going to have to get heavy usage, of course, and they have no problem doing that. But unlike just like the way this game looks, like, first of all, if you're going into Atlanta on prime time, say what you want about the team, but I can tell you as somebody who's seen it happen many, many times in their own division, you got to be a tough fucking team to go and grit it out in prime time in Atlanta. That is a tough place to play with all the eyes on you in prime time slots, national television. I don't know if the Bills are a tough team. Like, I genuinely don't. They're a good team. Don't get me wrong. I don't think they're a tough team. And I don't think they're going to show that tonight. And it's also, we're here sitting in what, week 6, week 7, whatever it is. The Bills haven't left the state of New York yet.
Yeah.
Which part of that's because their schedule is set up like that, so they can play at home early before they play a billion games freezing. But they haven't left the state of New York yet. Their only road game's been on the road in the Meadowlands at the Jets. So now you're going to not only a very tough place to play, but you're on prime time playing a defense that's coming off of a bye, prepared for you, and it's also just a hell of a spot to go and play in prime time. So show me.
Yeah. They don't have to deal with the weather, obviously, indoor conditions, but you're right. Leaving home, leaving the state of New York.
That's why they play in Buffalo early, more so. Their
Yeah.
schedule's front loaded, so they don't have a
Smart.
billion cold weather games in Buffalo late in the season. Only a handful.
Yep. Love the Falcons tonight. Favorite play in the gridiron or on the gridiron tonight. Falcons +4. They opened up, I think, 5.5 a couple of days ago. They got down to 3.5 some places. They're hanging around 4 most places right now. I grabbed that 4 before it gets down to 3.5. I'm checking right now to see if it's moving and grooving anywhere. Yeah, a couple books already have it at 3.5. Interesting. All right. Yeah, give me the Falcons. I think you see Bijan go crazy in this one. A lot of grit, a lot of heart from the Falcons. And again, I think it's their defense that shows up in this game. And maybe you're right. If the Bills aren't tough, we're about to find out tonight because the Falcons might not be good, but their defense is. They're at least tough. Hard workers, blue collar. I think you see their defense shine and maybe potentially win themselves a game at home against one of the best teams in the NFL.
And asking in chat, who's a consistent, reliable wide receiver they have? Still no one. Is a crazy question. Crazy question. So I can definitely name one on the Falcons quicker than I can name Khalil Shakir on the Bills.
Yeah, I mean, the Bills.
Drake London. I love Shakir, and I think he's going to have a great night tonight. We'll talk about that. But if you're asking that about the Falcons and not about the Bills, that's a huge red flag.
Yeah, the Bills might as well have me and you out there running routes. It doesn't matter. Number one, it really doesn't matter who Josh Allen's throwing the ball to. They're either open or they're not.
No,
and you love spreading the wealth, right? It's a committee. It's, any given Sunday, you're going to see somebody show up. Kincaid's been the one guy, I guess, who stood out a little bit. But he's not even a receiver.
And now
it's tight end. So
his toughest matchup of the year by far. The Falcons do really well against tight ends and part of their scheme.
Wow.
Play zone blitz. So if you're going to go back to that fade, might be the day.
Huh. Okay. Maybe it's a little Kincaid fade day. You don't got to tell me twice, Jovan.
Yeah. If there was any day, it's probably now.
Okay. All right. Love it. Love the sell job. Goots, do me a favor, my man. Swing it around. Got one more play to talk about here.
Rare
Excited.
Krabs fun.
You don't see this one often, folks. You do not see an over very often on my cards unless I'm legally obligated or forced to take one. But I got one tonight. Jovan, a lot of talk about the weather in this game. The meteorologists are out. Maybe it's just my feed and maybe it's just in my area, but some shit weather on the East Coast. You got a storm coming in. It's cold over here right now. It's rainy. It's windy. 15-mile-an-hour winds tonight. Probably going to be raining at times during this game. And it's going to be a little cold. And it's been pretty hot the past couple of months up here For the first time, it's going to be a little chilly. Can't make it up, of course, when I got to be outdoors. And I don't like going outdoors very often. It's going to be cold tonight and probably raining. Can't make it up.
Dude,
Also, we get the big back getting involved. Dropping a resub as well. What, you don't like that?
no, I love the cold weather, dude. I'm sitting here on the
Okay.
surface of the sun for months.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, I'm a big air conditioning guy, Greatish Calves. I will be boots on ground tonight. We'll be boots on ground tonight, guys. Very, very excited. The party bus is picking us up around 5, and we're heading over there to the Feds. Cannot wait.
I'll say it. Really soft that Josh isn't there. Like insanely soft.
Well, I know it's a big trip for one game, but I agree. I told him I'd get him a ticket.
Unreal.
It's going to be a blackout in this game tonight. JD5 said wear black, so if people are there not rocking all black, I mean, you might as well not come. It's going to be a funeral for the Bears and for Joshy out there tonight. Cannot wait for this Commanders game. Initially was a big fan of the Bears in this spot. Bears seem a little trendy, though, in this game. Both dogs seem like they're a little trendy in these games tonight. Not going to lie. I mean, we're on one of the dogs in the other game, but Bears seem a little popular. Maybe it's one of those triple reverse type of games here, Jovan, where we all remember how this game went last year, right? Hail Mary to Noah Brown. Lucky as heck. Should have lost that game outright. And you're seeing people taking the Bears a little bit in this game. Depends on where you're looking. We'll check those Pickett splits in a little bit. But on some of these apps, you're seeing more than 50% of the bets and handle on the Bears in this game. And that certainly considers them to be a public dog. And to give credit where credit's due here, the Bears are coming off a bye. So they have 2 weeks to prep for this revenge game, right? We're coming back from a West Coast game. We're coming off a big-time monumental win against the Chargers, right? In JD5's hometown. Still cannot believe Trent faded JD5 back home in that game last weekend. But big-time comeback after we go down 10-0, Jovan. You don't see comebacks like that very often. You don't. And we held them a really good offense from scoring the rest of that game. So very impressive win for the Commanders. They got to come back home now and play in the chilly colds in a wet game, in a gross game, a lot of winds, nasty conditions. Do want to give some credit to the Bears, though, as well. They're coming off of back-to-back wins, although the last one was kind of a handout. It probably should have been a loss on the game when he kicked. It was blocked. They're coming off of back-to-back wins. They destroyed the Cowboys. Impressive game. But again, me and Jovan could go out there and probably score up a couple points against that Cowboys team. Their defense is that bad. And then that gritted out win against the Raiders. And we're all on the Raiders in that sharp spot. They made us eat our words, and they came through and they won that game. The Bears are getting hot. Ben Johnson seems pissed off, seems locked in. He's chirping, chick reporters at halftime, and seems like he's out for blood in the Big 2-5 after a couple stinky games to start the season, including a loss, a blowout against his former team. That one might have kicked him into gear, Jovan, that 21-52 loss. Okay. What stands out to me in this game, guys, this total is absurd. One of the weirdest looking totals I've seen all NFL season. Guys, these teams played last year. You've seen the highlights of the Hail Mary. Shout out Joshy. It's in every NFL commercial. You'd think that game was high scoring. Jovan knows 18-15 in that game, and it should have been even less scoring in that contest. 18-15, barely 30-plus points in that game last year. Like I talked about before, the Commanders' defense had their best game of the season so far, where they held Herbert and co. to no points in the second half of that game. Played great. Well, Jovan, we know this Commanders' defense, they can be good one week and they can be bad the next. We've seen them play great at times. We've seen them give up 34 points and look like they can't stop a parked car against the Falcons at times this season. So it depends on the matchup. And I'll be honest, Jovan, not the best matchup, not just X's and O's wise, but mentally, not the best matchup for the Commanders and their defense in this game, coming off that big time win where they held the Chargers, a great offense, to no points in the second half against a hungrier team in the Bears who were looking for some revenge after that fucking Hail Mary loss to the same team last year. Okay. This is a rare square over backing from old Krabs in a game that simply means more for one guy mainly. You know what I'm going to say? You want to take a guess? Caleb Williams. This is Caleb Williams' biggest game of his career. It is. Biggest game of his career for a couple reasons. Momentum. If the Bears win 3 games in a row, Jovan, they're looking back, into the playoff picture here. right? They're 3-2. They're looking pretty good right now, and people are starting to gas up Caleb a little bit here. Number 2. Let's talk about number 2 in that draft, JD5, who's been a proven better quarterback so far in these two GOATs' short tenure, right? JD5 clearly has been the better quarterback so far. Not even close. Again, hard to compete. JD5 had the best rookie season out of any quarterback ever in NFL history, and people don't talk about it enough. They don't. Best rookie season ever from a quarterback in NFL history. So it's hard to compete with that, Jovan. But I guarantee you, Caleb Williams, he looks like a petty MF to me. He's probably had this game circled for a while after losing to Mr. Number 2, who's turned out to be Mr. Number 1 in that draft class. He's had this game circled since that Hail Mary to Noah Brown. And you're going to see Caleb Williams put up some points against my Commanders defense tonight. Not saying they win, but I do think they score. Okay? And what's one thing we know about JD5, Jovan? Dude's got ice in his fucking veins. He never keels over. He never dies. The lights are never too bright for JD5. So if Caleb Williams is doing his thing, putting up some points against a defense that's going to run a lot of man tonight, they run a lot of man. Jovan, sounds like a nightmare covering some receivers on that Bears team like DJ Moore, like Roma Dunze, like the tight ends. We suck against tight ends. Maybe Loveland plays tonight. That's a mismatch nightmare. Maybe Cole Kmet goes out there and dominates. Would not be surprised. Seeing how tight ends have played against his Commanders defense. JD5 is going to price match guarantee, and he's going to put up points alongside of Caleb Williams, and it's not going to be a blowout. This game's going to be close. This is going to be the best game maybe of the season, or at least since we've seen that Ravens and Bills game. This one is going to be cinema. It's going to be high scoring, a rare square over for old Krabs in what should be a back and forth effort in a game where everybody's talking about the shitty weather, the wind, and this total keeps on creeping up, Jovan. That's insane to me. Seeing the total up to 49.5, 50 some places, with everybody talking about the monsoon inbound on the East Coast. Absurd. There's going to be points in this game from both sides. Give me the over. Might be the only over I have all season on the Sharp Report.
Man, there's rumors of dusting off old Krabs, man.
There's been talks.
There's been some talks.
There's been talks.
Getting bought in.
Yep. There's been talks. We ain't scoring if DeAndre Swift continues to be the worst running back in the league. Well, luckily the Commanders' rush defense is dog shit.
I do want to mention, it's not like it's 32 degrees. It's 55, perfect football weather. I think if I was in the NFL, I would love this weather. So I'd be excited to play tonight, put up some points.
Love it, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, you're not wrong. You know, you along with me and Jovan, I think we all run a little hot.
Yep.
You know, we prefer a nice 55-degree day.
Love a good AC on. Love a good AC on 62.
Sure. Well, 62. I mean, goodness gracious.
I like it cold.
Better get the blankets out. Am I a little bit concerned about the rain and the winds? I am. But guys, who knows more than me, than the weatherman? By the way, weatherman are always wrong. So we'll probably get out there. It'll be 85 and sunny. Who knows more? Jovan, the books know more. And this total's moving up to 49.5. The weather's not going to have any sort of impact. And both these offenses can score in a bunch of different ways. You see what Bill did last week. I know it's square. We have the number one rushing offense in the NFL right now. The Bears have the worst rush defense in the NFL. I'm not saying Bill's going to go off and have the greatest game of all time like all the Twitter cappers are doing collectively. They're all collabing on the longest rush attempt, his more than rushing yards. Not saying all those are going to hit. But what I am saying is they're going to have a little bit of success on the ground. A little bit. The Bears as well. If the weather's shitty, you're going to see DeAndre Swift have his best game of the season against a rushing defense that's held up decently so far this year. But I know these guys, not great at stopping the run. They were one of the worst rush defenses in the NFL last season. And they're starting to come back down to earth right now. So both these offenses have a bunch of different ways to score points. And you're going to see that tonight.
Let's go.
All right?
In.
Dubs. All right. Swinging around. Jovan has one more play for us. Take us back to the ice.
Back to the ice for the Blackhawks. Hopefully getting their first win in Chicago tonight. Playing a Mammoth team that is playing their third straight road game to start the year, and now they played a really hard-fought game against the Avs where they lost 2-1 and honestly had a plethora of chances to win that game, but they followed that up by playing the dog shit Preds, who went 0 for 5 on the power play, and they couldn't stay out of the box. They gave the Preds every single chance to win that game, and shockingly, obviously being sarcastic, the Preds couldn't do it because their offense is god-awful, their PP is god-awful, but third time's the charm now coming, where I believe you're going to see Vitek Vanacek tonight. I don't think Vamelka is going to be in net because he's played all the games to this point. Now you're going to get Spencer Knight, who we saw look really, really good against the Panthers. Obviously, that game meant a little more for him, but I think he's going to be good a lot of the season. In the Blackhawks offense, there's bright spots, all across it. Bedard looks comfortable. He looks on demon time. The lines and the guys around him have been fantastic. Nazar's been great. Renzel's been great. I think the offense, again, when they get their shots against defenses where now the Mammoth are going to be missing Sean Dursey. I think he got hurt. I think it was in overtime on Saturday. He got hurt, and he's going to be out for God knows how long to this point. Definitely not playing tonight. Probably going to be out a little longer than that. It's a team that's shuffling a lot at the back end, and if I'm looking at the Blackhawks right now, there's been, again, bright spots for this offense here and there. Individually, they haven't really put together like a full, really good performance, even though they had their shots against the Bruins. This feels like it, where you're getting Vanacek in net for the first time this year. You're getting a team that's shuffling a little bit in the back. You're at home. This team's playing their third road game in a row. This feels like the time where the offense gets right. And with Spencer Knight back there, who I think, again, is going to have a great year, and a Mammoth team that feels like the last couple of games, they've really been grinding out super gritty games against one really good team, one really bad team, very drastically different games that look the same. I think it falls apart now, and the Blackhawks get their first win in Chicago.
All right. Taking the Blackhawks on the ML. We got plenty of plays on the ice for the people today. I love it. Loaded slate. We got some games going on right now as well. Do you have any early action on these 4 games that are going on as we speak?
I don't. Just
it's okay.
Hoping the Bolts can actually win a game, so I don't have to end the season, even though I ended at the first period of game 1.
Okay. Sure. All right. W Sharp reports straight bets here, chat. We go and move on and talk about some squares. Let's head over there, Goodsy. Got 2 NFL squares for you guys tonight. You knew the Michael Penix square was coming. I hinted at it earlier, and it's certainly a crabby square as well. Michael Penix is not throwing a pick tonight against the big and bad Bills defense. Ooh, Bills defense. Sean McDermott, always a defensive-minded coach. This ain't mom and pa's Bills defense. I'll tell you that much. We just watched the Patriots rip down the field last week. Drake May looked great against that defense. We saw Ramondre Stevenson, who sucks, by the way, scored 2 rushing touchdowns, and Jovan already hinted at it earlier. I think this will be more of a Bijan game than it is Michael Penix. Now, Michael Penix has had 2 weeks to study the film of the Bills, so no excuses for him to go out there and throw an interception in this game. He cannot do it. He cannot not afford it. They're going to get Kirk Cousins up and moving on the sidelines if he does. He's had 2 weeks to watch film on the secondary. Could not be out there throwing picks. Could not be out there costing his team possessions. Hand the ball off to Bijan, the best running back in the NFL, and let him work. That's all you're going to see Penix doing tonight. Give me the less than half a pick. Very, very nasty, very green chart. He's been throwing picks left and right this season. Give me the less than half an interception. And then let's talk about Mr. John Bates. By the way, John Bates might be my favorite player on the Commanders.
Blue collar.
It's been a big year for Bill. Right? Love Bill. Bill's great. 7th round pick. Great story. Dude's been dominating. He's won a couple player of the weeks. Rookie player of the weeks. But the guy who's not getting talked about enough, Jovan. John Bates. John Bates, who is a captain, an honorary captain this weekend, along with Mikey Sanskro and one other player who I forget. He's a captain. And you know why he's a captain, Jovan? He's earned that right. It's not for his receiving game. It's not for his receiving prowess. It's not for catching touchdowns. It's not for hitting his receptions, although he did hit his receptions last week. It was probably at a half, and it was probably a demon. Okay? He's getting awarded that captain, Jovan, because of one reason and one reason only. Actually, 2 reasons. Number 1, his chemistry in the locker room. He's a great locker room guy. Number 2, the dude has been blocking his ass off so far this season. The best blocking tight ends in the NFL, John Bates. Watch this guy tonight. Watch him block. You want to know why Zach Ertz wasn't in that game last week and why he wasn't a factor at all whatsoever? They needed John Bates in there to block and help out the O-line. And my goodness, he did a job. Dude blocked his ass off. He earned an honorary captain today. And Jovan, he actually had a catch last week, which is rare for Mr. John Bates. Had 1 reception for 9 yards last week. Big game. And they're saying, John Bates, you did so good last week, my man. We're going to make you a captain in this game today. And that makes me think a couple things. Number one, he deserves it. Dude's been blocking his butt off. Number two, would never thought I would say this ever, but PFT had one of the smartest comments I've seen on X. Quote tweeted the honorary captains for this weekend for the Commanders and said, you know this game's going to be a dogfight if we got our blocking tight end John Bates out there as a captain. And I agree. If John Bates is out there on the field, he's not out there running routes. Not against this Bears D-line, not against our sketchy O-line. John Bates is going to be blocking his ass off once again, helping Bill as well, being that 6th O-lineman, helping him squeak against the worst rush defense in the NFL and the Bears. John Bates will be out there blocking. He ain't out there making catches. Okay? And if you look at Prize Picks, Jovan, you'll see John Bates has a couple interesting squares up. He's got a demon half a reception, which I would certainly not recommend taking because I'm telling you right now, he's not going to catch. I would just take his less than half a catch if that square was up, but you can't take the less than on a goblin. Okay, he's got that goblin, half a reception up there on Prize Picks. That shit's not hitting, I'll tell you that much. He's also got a 2.5 receiving yards square, along with this 2.5 longest reception square. Last night, I was doing some research, Jovan. I was doing some recon, checking out the Prize Picks board and getting ready for today. Very excited for this game tonight, obviously. Those squares were 3.5. Not saying a 1-yard bump means everything, but certainly good to see it moving down. Hilarious that they even have the square up in the first place. Hilarious they have this 2.5 longest reception square up alongside the 2.5 receiving yard square, which Jovan tells me 2 different ways to lose coins on more thans up on Prize Picks for this game. So, yeah, go ahead and give me my guy, John Bates. And I want to give him his flowers. The best blocking tight ends in the NFL in John Bates. Well, Jovan, hate to bring up Zach Ertz after what he did to us last week when we took him, when he had 0 fantasy points, 0 catches, and I had to ask myself during the game, is he even playing today? Have you seen Mr. Zach Ertz's squares today?
I've taken a peep, yeah, unfortunately.
Taking a peep. What does it make you think?
Makes me think he's about to be up and moving.
He's about to be up and moving. And Jovan, last year, in a low-scoring game that had 33 points total, and tonight has 49.5 point total, he had 11 targets for 7 receptions. His most targeted game of his entire season last year. And he had a great year last year, Zach Ertz. Nobody's talking about it, but he did. His most targeted game the entire year, Jovan, was against this Bears defense. You're going to see Zach Ertz up and moving today. Almost had his more than 3.5 receptions up here. Almost had his more than 8 fantasy score on here because whenever he has an impact on a game, he's usually scoring a touchdown. Him and JD5 have great chemistry in the red zone. But instead, I'll stick to my roots. I'll take a less than that pairs hand in hand with those Zach Ertz squares. Okay? Give me the less than 2.5 longest reception. I'm taking this less than instead of the less than 2.5 receiving yards because there's a small chance he has 2 2-yard catches or a 2-yard catch and a 1-yard catch and goes more than his receiving yard square on 2 screens. And then this square could still hit. So that's why I'm going with this square on the less than instead of the receiving yard square. Trust old Krabs on a commies play. Yep. Captain Slim saying trap line. Why are we playing with that, Krabs? It's a trap line in our favor. It's bait on baits to get you to take the more than, and I'm not falling for it. Give me the less than. The square's green.
Sure. John fucking.
Best blocker in the NFL. He ain't catching one today. Okay?
Goat.
Dubs. Let's hear what you're crafting up over there. I'm going to lock in the Sharp Report 4 man while you go over these sell jobs.
Yeah, I'll start with Kairu. He's my Blues backing square for the day. The second line that he's on with Shen and I'm forgetting off the top of my head. Shen and Dylan Holloway haven't generated a point all year, and they've been really, really bad. The only slight shred of offense they had was when Holloway, I think Holloway ripped like 3 or 4 against the Flames, and there's a couple of them like really good scoring chances, but that line really hasn't done anything all year. So like fans are getting pissed at Kyrie now because he's been a ghost for the first couple games to start the year. I feel like we do the same song and dance every single year with Kyrie, where he has a weird start to the year and then he picks it up, and then people are all back in on him and the fans stop bitching. This feels like a game where not only like you're playing a good defense in the Canucks, so everybody's gonna have to be active. I feel like it's gonna have to be a very evenly parred game for a lot of the Blues offense to get them going, which obviously I think they do. But I think this second line especially has to get something going, and I think Kyrie has to be pretty aggressive in it because you want to go with the Canucks across the wing. So I do think he's going to have to shoot in this game, which is good for that entire line because whenever he's not shooting and not aggressive himself, that line gets very stagnant. So I think he starts it and finishes it in terms of the scoring in this game. And he finally gets a point to shut the Blues fans up from bitching at the start. Then Shakir, I do think he has a good game today, despite the Falcons. Falcons play a lot of zone blitz. So, like, if you have a guy that can sit down in zones and like a lot of these short passes, you're going to be successful against them. They haven't really had too many wide receivers that can do that play the Falcons this year, and Shakir is probably the poster child for that. So I do think Josh Allen's going to have to find him a good bit in this game, which a lot of the other short options could be a thing too. Like even if you want to go James Cook out of the backfield, Kincaid has not been good in like the same spot like this. Plus they're really good against tight ends. So something across the middle of the field is going to be open. And I think a lot of the time it's going to be Shakir when they bring this pressure because the Falcons sneakily like blitz at one of the highest rates in the NFL. The difference between them and like the Vikings or the Bucks is they play zone a shit ton more out of it, which means guys that can sit down in the middle of the zone like Khalil Shakir are going to be open. So if they're going to move down the field a little bit, that's how I think they're going to do it.
Yeah, in a losing game script as well, you might see a little bit more Shakir and a little less of Mr. James Cook. Okay, I'm in. Why it won't let me send this link to the Sharp Report format? There it is. Bada bing, bada boom. Bada bing, bada boom. It is in the Twitch chat if you want to get involved. There's the link to the Sharp Report format. W's. Dre Day is saying, if I can't do Shakur fantasy, then what? What would you take for Shakir? If
all these catches.
Okay. Awesome. Alex have to say JD5 has 2 squares as the most popular on Prize Picks today. Oh boy. Well, it's his passing yards and it's his half a passing touchdown goblin. So good thing I like his more than rush attempts, his more than rushing yards, and his rushing touchdown demon today. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. Love Daniel's rushing today. I like it all, Chipper. I like it all, my man. Yeah, I think it's going to be a big JD5 rushing game against the worst rush defense in the NFL. When everybody's taking Bill, I think it'll be JD5 on the ground using his legs, and his props have been getting bumped up all week on the ground. Okay, and it's a great sign, not for my Commanders to probably win the game, but it's a great sign seeing JD5's passing stuff being very popular on Prize Picks. Not his rushing. His legs fine, AB. He looked a lot more mobile last week than I would have expected with that big old brace on his leg. He'll be fine. Okay? What would you take for Shakir for the books? Gumby, that'd be his receptions. Okay? London and Shakir have a goblin touchdown combo square. Very weird when they're both plus money on the books. What does PP know? Yeah, well, they like putting up goblin and demon combo touchdown squares now. You know what else was a weird one that I saw that I wanted to bring up? A weird combo. Let me go to that category real quick.
The quarterbacks.
Well, yes, that square. Certainly.
Or the Bijan Josh Allen one.
The Bijan James Cook 1.5 goblin square, which I thought was interesting. Right? Both those guys scored damn near every week.
Yeah.
Makes me think it might be somebody else punching it in. Maybe Algier, maybe Penix.
What is a goblin?
It's a goblin. Yep.
Not a regular one.
I know. This guy scored damn near every week.
Yeah. He didn't last week, though. Or James Cook didn't, at least.
Right. And James Cook, Goblin, touchdown square, which he has up himself, is extremely popular today. Not shocking. Not shocking. Dyson, that's weird. It's not letting you renew the sub for some reason. Interesting. Maybe try closing app and getting involved again. Okay, we appreciate you trying to come in and resub. Okay. Let's check the splits in these two NFL games. Can we check the splits? I want to see what people are betting in this Atlanta and Buffalo game, and then I want to check and see what people are betting on the Commies game. Whoa. Look at all those bets on the Bills ML. Shocker. Not.
Yeah, not really. Anytime it's a somewhat short favorite in prime time, it's always every ML parlay possible has them.
Yeah, it's a parlay piece.
Then you're going to get some people on the points on the dog.
Yeah. Are we concerned about the Falcons spread bets?
No.
All right. And under a little bit more public than I would have expected, but not public technically. A little closer to 50-50 than I expected.
Yeah. Shocked there's really any love for that under.
Same. Let's take a peep at actually, I want to see the most popular prop. Can we scroll down a hair there, Gootsy? Might need you to read these puppies out. A little hard for us to see. James Cook, I think, touchdown I'm seeing there. Yeah, not surprising. It's very popular on Prize Picks as well. Josh Allen passing touchdowns. I mentioned that. Wanted to fade that one earlier. We'll certainly be getting involved with that square on the side piece on Prize Picks. Yep. Have to. Bijan, obviously. Yep. Certainly both those guys score 2+ combined touchdowns in this game. Darnell Mooney up there. Was not really expecting to see that, I'll be honest, but
well, he's
John, that's your guy.
Not playing.
Huh. All right.
Oh, shit. There's donations from those people. Back to void.
Interesting. All right. Let's go take a peep at the Commanders game. Really the only game that matters today. Let's not act like the other one really does, besides, squad ride purposes. Whoa, Jovan. Look at all those Bears spread bets. What the heck? You know what? I'm officially declaring a triple reverse in this game. Yep. Triple reverse. We are 3-1 on triple reverses so far this season, Jovan. Commanders are square. They're so square that the sharps and the squares are all betting the Bears, or that's actually going to be the losing play. Flip it around one more time. Triple reverse. Commanders win and cover this game. Triple reverse has been declared.
Sure.
Triple reverse has been declared. Yep. Sound the alarms, chat. Tell your friends. Call your parents. Triple reverse has been declared. Jovan, thoughts?
I don't even know if it's like that. They're that square, Krabs. Like I'm with you. I think they win and cover the game, but I think all the systems, all the high point, dog, road systems, whatever it is, I think the Bears, not just because we're looking at splits, but I think they're a little more popular than you think tonight, which is good.
Yeah, they are. Look, crazy. I'm seeing it on the feeds. I'm seeing it on a different tracking app where everybody's taking the Bears spreads. I'm surprised. And with all that happening, the spread is silently moved from 4.5 to 5.5. Now, could that be the news of the O lineman that wasn't even drafted starting now for the Bears in this game against our D line that's known to get a sack or two? Maybe that's the reason why we're seeing that line move a point to 5.5, right? It's a great sign for the commies.
Good bet.
Better team coming off a bye is always going to be the popular play. Alex, you think the Bears are a better team?
That's pretty crazy comment at this point in the year.
Triple reverse fade. Triple reverse fade has been declared. Let's go 4-1. Goots, are you tracking these puppies? Along with your Goots POD. It's been a while since we have a Goots POD as well. Let me know if there's one tonight. Okay. We got AL 100s. Oh, wait a second here.
You're not going to like it, but Brewers, I'm out.
Okay.
Huh.
Okay.
Dodgers, they win.
Again, Goots.
We don't like it.
Goots, man, there's no logic or reason to that one. You just hate the Dodgers, man.
Yeah, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with spite plays.
Oh,
Brew Crew.
Okay.
Spotted Cow.
Spotted Cow's a
Cow.
great
See,
beer.
now I got you on board. Yeah.
Hall of Fame.
Great beer, and I'm getting thirsty. I'll tell you that
There
much.
you go.
I wish I had some Spotted Cows right now. Okay.
Brew Crew.
I wish they sold those puppies over here, man. I could pick them up. I got to go get some beers after this. We need to get away.
So
We need to
good.
figure out how to get those beers across the country. They're too good to be gate kept. Too
Gatekeeping,
good to be gate
dude.
kept. Right? Snell pitching out. It's got bumped down on PP. There's no way one shot. There's no way. Yeah, what do you guys think I should get to drink tonight? I'm thinking maybe some Ultras, Old Reliable. You know, I'll be buying $25 Ultras in that stadium. Certainly.
I also want to mention something that Rav said in our morning meeting. I don't know if he's going to tweet it,
Please.
but he had a little inkling that every quarterback's going to score tonight.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Well, I'll
And
tell you right
he's
now.
red hot, so I got to inform the chat.
He is red hot.
Red hot.
He's red hot. It's probably that Long John Silver's he ate yesterday.
It could be.
Yep. Could be. Could be that $2 crab cake.
$2 crab cake.
I could go around the corner, get a crab cake, leave it outside for 24 hours and eat it, and it's still better than that crab cake.
Well, yes, Goots, because you live in Maryland.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just crazy that we're
Come on now.
doing crab cakes a disjustice by doing that.
I know. Somebody had to try it, though.
Someone.
Adam Scott Wales said, Krabs, have you seen the punt category for the games today? I honestly have, yeah. And the punt category would make you think we get some unders today. If that's what you're hinting at, Adam. Yep. Will make you think there's some unders. Okay. You're not wrong. That certainly did not make me feel great looking at all those guys up for a bunch of punts. But hey, maybe it's a bunch of quick possessions. You get some big time plays. I could certainly see the Commanders game having a lot of punts and a lot of big plays. Right? Maybe not a lot of long drives, not a lot of milk, but a lot of big plays from both sides. I mean, Jovan, it's a nightmare matchup for the Commanders secondary in this game. How are they going to cover DJ Moore on the shorties? How are they going to cover Romo Dunze on the long geysermans? How are they going to cover the two tight ends for the Bears? How are they going to cover Luther Burden on a deep shot or two? They play a lot of man. It's a bad matchup. It's a bad matchup. Yeah. And then on the other end, this game means a lot for Caleb Williams. His fantasy score is pretty high. I think he goes out there and does something tonight as well. A lot of talk about how bad DeAndre Swift is as well. You know what's about to happen then? He's about to turn into prime AP.
Can't forget about the
Zacchaeus revenge game as well. Yeah.
I was literally about to say that. Zacchaeus revenge game.
Yeah. Nobody's talking about it.
Surprised it took that long.
W Bumpage tracking there, Adam. That's interesting. Torrey was at 3.5 last night. He's up to 4. Damn. It's good for the commies. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Those have just had, again, no bearing on the game, though. Every square. So I would not be too worried about those if I were you. Even if the square
Bump's a good sign, though, for the commies, at least.
Could be.
Not a bad sign. All right. Yeah, would not be surprised to see the QBs getting their feet utilized here, especially in the red zone, like Goots is saying, like Rav is saying. I do think JD5 gets his first rushing touchdown of the season. And Jovan, maybe now's a good time to craft up a little lineup for this Commanders game. I got a lot of squares I like, man.
Sure.
A lot of squares. Almost smacked a 10X last night. Shout out your guy Laporta for that insane touchdown catch. Insane.
Wild catch.
Insane. Yeah, Nutridad, I'm with you. No unders. I already have my one less than that I like on Prize Picks, and it's on the Sharp report for that game with John Bates. I like a lot of more thans, hence why I have the over in the game. Couple squares off the rip that I like, Jovan. Daniels is scoring a rushing touchdown. Now, it's barely plus chicken. It's barely a demon. It makes a two-man go from a 3X to a 3.5X. Doesn't do much. Do you think it's in our best interest?
Is that not up still?
Could take the combo square that's still up. Could take JD5's fantasy score and just back him that way. Wanted to hear your thoughts on how to get JD5 involved.
I think we go combo square.
Really? You like that combo square, I could tell.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We could do that. Ertz has to be involved in this.
Ertz.
We just sack up and take his fantasy score when that guy does something. It's typically in the red zone.
Typically, yeah. Might as well.
Okay. What else from the commie sides? Also, I don't even know if C-Rod or McNichols are playing. They're both pretty banged up. Not saying I want to take Bill. He's too popular on the feed today. Love Bill, though. Great guy, great story. But it might just be the Bills' show tonight. It might be nobody else out there.
Might be.
I really like the Rome fade. I'll say it.
Wow.
It could either be fading him or just backing DJ. Or maybe Luther gets involved. I don't know. But at one point, Rome's going to have a stinker, and it's going to be DJ. It's got to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I initially had Rome less than fantasy score in the Sharp report, but I took it out because it makes so much football sense for him to tweak tonight. But again, Goots, I'm with you, man. It's so popular. And the guy's had at least one touchdown in every game so far this season. They were asking Mikey Sanskrill, the leader of our defense, about the matchup. He's like, yeah, I respect Rome's game. He's been great this season. We're going to be playing a lot of man. It's going to be a tough matchup, but I'm ready for it. I'm assuming they're going to make anybody else beat him. Not Rome. Hence why I thought it was a DJ Moore game.
I'll say it, Krabs. Have we not brought up the Jalen Lane square yet?
Ooh. You mean the Hokey?
The Hokey.
Okay. More than 19.5 receiving yards?
I mean, you tell me.
Yeah.
What the look is there.
Yeah, I'm down to take Jalen Lane. Everybody's taking Chris Moore. A lot of McCaffrey talk as well. I'm seeing more Luke McCaffrey highlight tapes on the feed than I've ever seen in my entire life combined. Yep. Yep. There was one that had such a fire Gunna song that I've never heard before, and I was asking people in the comments, does anybody know this song? And nobody could find it. It was so fire. Could be a good time to sell stock. Okay.
Yeah, mate.
I'm down to put Jalen Lane in that puppy. Let's talk about the Bears. The Bears. I feel like Caleb Williams' fantasy score has to be played in this.
Wow. Double Caleb.
Yep. Cannot combine them. Fuck.
Okay. Sam Oliver, it is a SGP, my guy. No shit, half of them are going to be from the same team. It's kind of how it works. We do need Bears.
DJ Moore?
Just feels right.
He got bumped up to 10 fantasy score. What would you want to take for him?
Maybe take his yards.
Okay.
Since we already have Ertz fantasy score and the combo touchdowns, which may also sort of rely on a touchdown.
Would we rather, and again, this is just a cue, not preferring this, but would you rather just go JD5, either fantasy score or his rushing touchdown demon? And that way we could also get a Caleb Williams square in here involved as well and make 2 squares instead of 1. Maybe we let how many other Bear squares we like in here, the rest of the board decide that.
Yeah.
God, people forget Montez Sweat is up and moving here for the Bears. Big game for him.
Montez.
Big game for him. A couple other squares I like in this game. I like Romo Dunze less than fantasy score that Goots is just splooging about. Splooging. But again, it could not make less football sense. It's just a nasty Krabs square. And I do like the over in the game.
Yeah.
The main reason why I like that fantasy score that I less than is because I don't think he scores a touchdown, but he could certainly get open for a couple deep shots and still cake us that way.
Could be right. Not in love with the fade.
Any other bear squares that you like today?
Looking through them, I don't know how many of these are tickling Jim.
I think we might have to go to taking out that combo and putting both QBs in here.
Yeah, I could be down for that.
What would you want to take for Jaden? Do you want to take his rushing demon, or do you want to just take his fantasy score?
That's a you question, Krabs.
Okay.
I'm down for either. Whatever
Okay.
your meat's telling you.
Okay. Yeah. I think we go JD5 demon touchdown, and I think we go Caleb fantasy score.
I'm in on that. Stick to the meat.
Right now we got Zach Ertz more than 8 fantasy score. Jalen Lane more than 19.5 receiving yards.
Yeah,
DJ Moore more than
5 or
39.5
6.
receiving yards.
Or 4 or 6.
What's up?
Are we going 4 or 5 or 6 here?
I don't know. I'm just reading out what we have so far. JD5 rushing receiving touchdown demon. And Caleb Williams more than 19 fantasy score. That's 5 squares.
So we're either getting a bear to put in here, or we're choosing one of Lane and Ertz.
Okay. Chad, any bear squares you like? Now's the time. Ertz, Lane,
DJ Moore.
DJ Moore.
Yards.
Could this be the Loveland game?
Loveland fucking.
I think we take out Ertz and we go Jalen Lane.
Wow.
Make it a 4-man.
Go with the 4.
I want this to hit. I'm not here for handouts. I'm not here to make a fucking lottery. I'm here to hit a 4-man.
Huge.
But I will certainly have Zach Ertz. It's I actually already do. Have him in a lineup. So I have Zach Ertz in a lineup with Leone more than 3.5 goals allowed, which is actually active right now, and he's already given up 2 goals. So nice.
How did you squeak that one in there?
Great to see Prize Picks sacking up and putting up those goals allowed squares again on the ice. I'll say it. Great to see it. Is Debo playing? Yeah, but his fantasy score scares me. Not going to lie. Wow.
See you, Callahan.
I mean, he was a bad head coach. He was a bad head coach.
Who do I play next week? The Patriots. Isn't that sunny?
All right, chat. 4-man, Jalen Lane, more than 19.5 receiving yards. DJ Moore, more than 39.5 receiving yards. Jalen Daniels, half a rushing receiving touchdown. He's getting his first rushing touchdown of the season today. And Caleb Williams, more than 19 fantasy score. Sure. That's hitting. That 4-man's hitting.
It's a good looking 4-man.
Yeah, it's a good looking 4-man. I'm putting the lineup to that, the link to that in the chat. If you guys want to tail, get involved. Any other squares you like today, Jovan, that we could pair with Ertz for the people?
I mean, I would love to just sack up and take a square Bijan fantasy score.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, something's going to be square with that game, and I think it's got to be that at the end of the day.
Okay, well, let's make it not as square. Let's put in Josh Allen, less than 1.5 passing touchdowns. Made the graphic last night.
Fade the graphic.
Yep. And the greened out chart.
Yeah.
And then we'll put Ertz in here and make it a 3-man.
Sure.
Any qualms?
No qualms.
Little 3-man chat for Monday Night Football as well. Getting the first game involved. It's irrelevant, but good to get something involved in that. Bijan, more than 20 fantasy score. Josh Allen, less than 1.5 passing touchdowns. And Zach Ertz, more than 8 fantasy score. All right, let's reassess what you just brought up before because that's crazy. You're telling me Brian Callahan just got fired. The Titans this week play the Patriots coming off a couple big wins and playing their former coach, Mike Vrabel.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's just, I mean, that's something that has to be done now.
Way too many stars aligning.
Do we have a spread out in that game?
7.
And Trent saying some guy needs an Ertz touchdown to cash a 19K prize picks lineup, and he's in Trent's DMs begging him to tail. Trent said, not exactly sure why he wants me to ride, considering I chalk everything, but I got to ride for the community. Okay. Well, Ertz might not be scoring then. Maybe it's good we took him out of that lineup. All right.
Could be Gage.
All right. Unbelievable. Okay. Jovan, any plays on the diamonds before we move on to the squad ride today? Are you taking any plays on the diamonds? Seattle, Toronto, LA, and Milwaukee?
I really want to take the Mariners again.
Wow.
Maybe just letting it splooge, though, because people were just taking Jays yesterday because the Mariners played 15-inning games. They figured they'd have no arms and didn't say a word about the guys who were actually starting the game and didn't pitch. Cough, cough. I mean, everybody not in the bullpen.
Yep.
I don't want to do it again, especially if Yesevich. Love him, but it's kind of the same thing as Schlittler after that legacy start, which he still pitched well, but did not win the game. Started to fall apart towards the end, and that was the kicker. Feels like the same thing's going to happen today, especially as his squares and all the lines everywhere start to slowly trickle down.
Yep. Somebody in the chat asked me, am I sure about anybody not scoring tonight? I'd say Rome Odunze's not scoring. That's the one guy I'd take not to score. Nasty. Yeah, Jovan, I'm going to let the diamond splooge today, I think. I'm not going to get involved.
Yeah, I kind of want to let it squeak.
Okay.
Except
all right,
the other game, not letting it squeak.
Okay, I bet.
I just won't
had to get something in on that, didn't you?
Okay. Won't say it, but there's, you know what I'm doing.
Okay. All right. Well, on that note, why don't we go ahead and segue and get a little squad ride action going on here, folks. Dr. Porkchop's asking, would you rather take Ertz catches or yards? I'd take his 3.5 receptions. I'd take his 3.5 receptions. If I had to take something for Ertz, that's not his fantasy score. All right, let's move. Let's groove. Let's get a squad ride up and moving here because we do have the Surge stream starting up here in less than 5 minutes, guys. So stick around. Go nowhere. We got you covered this afternoon. Stick around for the Surge stream. Cannot wait to see what Trent crafts up. Rumor has it he might be on the Bears tonight. The Bears.
No.
Could be huge. Could be huge. Yep, I'll say it. Could be the difference. All right.
Yeah, Josh in office.
Josh in office. Trent on the Bears. Dude's DM and Trent. I guess that's Zach Ertz. Fuck. I might cancel it out. All right. Let's move. Let's groove. We got a subby coming in here from Cade F18. W, fellas. Keep killing it. W, Cade. I appreciate you, Beast.
Good, Cade.
Appreciate you, Beast. Yep. And AL100 said it's a great day to have a day. Cannot have said it better myself, AL100s. Cannot have said it better myself. All right. Let's move. Let's groove. Goots, if you're around, if you're local, run that shit. I'm trying to see that train. Falcons +4.
Yep.
I like the Blues from you, man.
Yeah. It's definitely the crabbier of the two lines.
I think we put the Blues in here.
Down.
Are we putting in the Krabby over?
We have to. Absolutely. Don't get those too often. Those don't grow on trees.
No. Still doesn't feel right putting it over in here. But you know what? Feeling good about this one. All right. 3 plays, 2 minutes. 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 Get involved. Hurry up. Go, 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 go. Hurry up. Go, 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 go. Get involved. Get your votes in. Flyers got swept. I know it's a good play as well, Godsent, but I like these plays a little bit better, I think. Okay. Feel free to tail those well. 3 plays, 3 winners. Falcons +4. Blues ML. And the Bears commies over 49.5. Get involved. Hurry up. Go, go, go. Get involved. Hurry up. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. 3-man was Ertz Fantasy. Josh, less than 1.5 passing tutties. And Bijan Fantasy. Yep. I think I have the link here still. Let's see if I can drop this puppy. W Snacks. Snacks, I saw you chirping that Ravens reporter for his lazy ass takes. You were not wrong. You were not wrong. That was a ridiculous video that I watched because I saw you quote tweet it. And maybe some of the most ridiculous takes of all time. This dude who gets paid to cover the Ravens was saying, oh, we might look a little bit better and win games once we get our starting quarterback back. I was like, dude. That is one of the most simpleton takes I've ever heard, and he's paid to give this take. So, Snacks, yeah, holding people accountable out here. Holding people accountable out here. I don't blame them. How about Big Baller getting involved, dropping a 5-unit subway to close out BTL today? Let's go, Big Baller.
Let's go, Big Baller.
Let's go, Big Baller. And yeah, we have not talked about Sam Laporta costing me $2,500 last night enough. I'm sure Jovan had a little smile on his face when that touchdown came to fruition.
I mean, yeah, not after I saw that it cost you that 4-piece, which is missed.
No, not because of that, because it's your guy Laporta.
Yeah, he was joking.
What a
Good
catch,
to see him up
dude.
moving.
What a catch. Jesus. I mean, it's PI as well. They didn't call, I don't think, but whatever. Yeah, and it was on a hook.
Completely had his hand hooked. Said, fuck it, let me go one hand lefty.
Murray Connor. Hokey. Wow, would you look at that? How about an over? How about dusting off old Krabs for a squad ride tonight? Boots on ground. No boots on ground. That's okay, though. Boots on ground tonight. Very excited for this game tonight. We're blessed with 2 great Monday Night Football games, chat. Make sure you guys tail responsibly. Let's cash our 401st BTL squad rides. Stick around for the surge stream. We appreciate you guys. W Show Goots.